Robert Heffernan, Mangia.tv, Cooking Vamp 93, The Dirty Dozen. But before we get to Cooking Vamp 93, we got a Mangia theme song. The original name of the song is Who the Blank is Steve. Fill in the blank. I'm sure you could guess it. Who the Blank is Steve, and it was written by my great friend Dean Havlin, Machine F16, and we had the great honor to have this the song covered by a band in Portland, Oregon called the Deep Wells. Now, before we get to it, I just want to reach out and say thank you to Dean, who came out and helped with the production of the song. Thank you to Corey, who was the audio engineer. And Mangia Nation, oh, hold on a second. Now, wait a second. You know, this is kind of like a celebration. And by the way, let's do some multitasking if you can and if you would please. Would you please, if you are a Twitter person, if you are on the Twitter sphere, multitask. Like you could have Twitter up. Watch this. I'll even do it. You could have Twitter up, right? On your phone, you're watching on the you know, your PC. Maybe you got it up on the TV, and you can tweet, and it goes right onto the home page, and then I could answer those questions. So, for instance, you know, I could tweet hashtag, right? Everything's a hashtag. Hashtag Mangia TV. Hello world. Vamp is hashtag. We're gonna get another one in there live. How about that? Hashtag is live, and you tweet it, and guess what? That comes right up on the home page. All right. There's a little bit of delay with technology. Technology delays a little bit, but it's gonna pop up here on my other device. I'm full of technology here tonight, and look at there. We're talking about a 15th. Mangia World. MangiaTV is the hashtag. So you're watching. How about doing a little multitasking, like I am right now, with a little. Oh man, that's like a soupy. This actually looks like sewer water. It's what I had to work with though. Look at that. I don't know what I call that. I call it gross. Hold on a second. Let's see what it tastes like. It don't look good. But it tastes very delicious. All right, listen. Let's get right into it now. We got an audience live on Mangia TV. We're streaming on Twitch also. Let's work on a little technology so I can introduce you to the band. Oh, there they are. They're sitting on the couch behind me. Look at them sitting all quiet. All right, so on the vocals, we got Ashton Rowe, Casey right next to her, Casey Clark, rhythm and lead guitars on this one. Adam Rappin right there, kicking it on the bass guitar, and Steve Yeager. I hope I pronounced that right, Steve. He was beating the drums. He don't want to work. He just wants to beat on the drums all day. This was our crew, and what a great time we had. And I got to tell you, we went in there and they put down My Fault, what they thought was the whole song, but it was missing part of the song, like the whole end of the song was missing. And these guys a little bit disheveled when I informed them. Actually, I didn't even have the courage to inform them. Dean, I said, Dean, what do you think? Dean had to step up and say, listen, well, we got to do a little bit more here to finish this thing off. And these guys they killed it, man. They absolutely ripped it together. First time with the second half of the song in, and it just was so much fun to hang out and do this. The other thing, so we're going to play the song, and I have some a montage. I put together a montage of some Mangia TV things over the past year or so, and I got some of the sound in and out from some of those segments down low. Really can't wait to use this song more and more as we go forward for some of the backing and different things that we do. Please don't judge me too harshly with my video editing capabilities. All right. So the song is called "Who the Blank is Steve," and the Deep Wells. That's the crew behind me did the cover. And without any further ado, yeah, you know what? The Twitter chat is, you know, this is how it starts. It's starting. The Twitter chat has started. MangiaTV hashtag, and let's get chatting. You know, for several iterations of the Vamp, I've had different technologies and different amounts of people being able to tune in and or comment and like Periscope, trouble having people log in. Blab, trouble having people log in. Now we got that settled. You just go to the website, you watch it, you multitask with another device, right? And you can join the chat, ask a question, and here we go. All right, the crowd's ready. Everybody's ready for the song.
Into my kitchen, babe, I'm gonna fix you something to eat. I'm gonna mix it up with passion, gonna throw a pinch of something sweet, sweet. So lay your troubles down by the door. I dare you when you ask for more. Well, I'm the culinary doctor of legendary Mangia. The world is my recipe. Hey, come into my kitchen, babe. I'm gonna fix you something to eat. I'm gonna keep it straight forward like guitar based and simple beat. There. And all my dishes made to order. You know the menu ain't got no butters. And I dig you when you tell me, baby, let's turn up the heat. Your pleasure is our only fee when you're hanging out on MangiaTV. We'll be cooking up some killer grub with Bob, Danny, and Steve. Yeah, yeah.
I think is really
MangiaTV.
life that we lost.
All right, how about that? How about that? I got some kudos that the sound came through good. That's killer. You gotta love the sizzle in the background with the tune, right? The sizzle is everything. So thank you so much to the Deep Wells, to Dino for writing the tune, Corey for mixing it all together. What a great time we had, and hey, what a great tune to have for backing going forward. right? All right, so let's move on for the show. Let's move on and let's talk about the Dirty Dozen. All right, listen, I wanted to talk about this. I saw this list probably last year for the first time, very first time. I don't know where the hell I've been. But it really fits in well with what we've been talking about along with the Betrayal series with Dr. Tom O'Brien. And you know what? I actually didn't see the segment that talked about pollution and environmental toxins and the just devastating effects it has on your butt too, right? Your gut biome destroyed by environmental toxins. All right, now in that Betrayal series, they talk about apples being incredibly good for you. Like an apple a day keeps the doctor away is so true. And I've been getting a lot more apples in my diet, right? Stewing them, skin on to help release the pectin. I don't quite make it applesauce. I like it al dente. Just chop them up, steam them for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. A little cinnamon, let them go, man, into the yogurt, into the oatmeal, and let them fly. But here's the deal. It's like the worst thing on the list. Apples, celery, and strawberries, the most pesticide-ridden things that you can buy. And man, when you think about it, it's a pesticide. It kills pests, right? Little organisms and stuff. Well, that's what your gut biome is, man. Your gut biome is like one huge Age of Empires battle going on 24/7. And when you eat stuff that's heavily pesticide, with heavy pesticide residue on them, you just demolish everybody in there, man. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and all the benefits from those healthy foods, you know, are lost because of the pesticides. We're getting we're losing audience here because the song got everybody hungry, and they've now left MangiaTV to go into the kitchen and cook. And you know what? I can't blame them. All right. But anyway, so here's the list of the Dirty Dozen. Now I started off on the organic trail, and it really started with our family on dairy, and eating or really spending those organic dollars on dairy because of the hormones in the milk and the other things that I read about that actually, you know, milk can be healthy with healthy omega-3s if they're natural grass fed cows. Those omegas come through when you get them feeding corn and these other things that they're not used to. You get corn oil in your milk, basically. I mean, really, that's what happens. Anyway, but that was kind of where we started on the organic trail. And obviously you have a budget and you can't buy everything organic, maybe, or maybe you can. If you do, I would for sure do that. But these 12 things in particular, if you are going to spend money on organic, these are the things that you should be buying on the organic trail. Apples, celery, strawberries, peaches, spinach. Somebody just posted today how healthy spinach is, and I'm like, yeah, it's great, except you better be getting the organic spinach, or you get the spinach that's all pesticide up, and you're just going to destroy your microbiome. Nectarines and grapes, sweet bell peppers. Nothing better than bell peppers, by the way, right? I just steamed up a bunch, got them in the fridge, just had a pepper and egg sandwich for dinner. You know, sometimes I'll do that, breakfast for dinner. Potatoes, number 9. You know, leave the potatoes alone. Let them grow in the soil. What do you got to pesticide the potatoes for? Blueberries. You know, you can do a lot of wild blueberry picking too, and then you don't have to worry about it out in the wild. Lettuces, kale, and collard greens. Here's the funny thing. All of those things are so good for you, yet they're the ones with a ton of pesticides on them. So think wisely about your organic dollars and where they're going, and make sure you get these 12 things squared away organically, and you will be a happy camper because your gut is going to be, you know, not decimated, right? The gut flora is going to be healthy. All right, you know what else we got here? We got a little bonus tonight. We got a little bonus action going on, and hold on, let's go back to. Hold on, before we get to the bonus, let's swing by. The last time we checked in, I had 63 different foods that I've eaten this year. On my approach to 300, I'm up to 87. Now I'm not going to let this thing die, the 300 foods challenge. All right, and we have been hashtagging my300 or my300foods. Thank you so much to Laura, my sister, who's been after this, and she's a foodie and a gardener, so this is right up her alley. She can't wait to add more things to her diet. And I know for a fact that this is a good challenge because I've had several heated conversations, debates, you might even call them arguments if you wanted to, about what constitutes a food group, right? And so you know you're onto something when you're arguing with somebody about a contest that really isn't even a contest because there's not even a winner. It's more of a challenge. And you know, they're asking me for my take on it, whether it counts or not. And when I tell them no, now I got an argument, right? The one argument was, you know, macaroni and cheese or rigatoni. Does that count for two different things? And I said, well, actually, it counts for a lot more than two things because it depends on the cheese, right? And the rigatoni, it depends on what you put in there. What are you making it with? But the pasta, you just get one for the pasta. You get pasta. It was macaroni or it was rigatoni. The pasta, you don't get two things for macaroni or rigatoni. But all those other ingredients that you hit it with to make it incredible, yeah. If you're kicking it up with something different, you know, different cheeses, man, there's thousands of kind of cheeses. We should get to 300 on cheese alone. All right, and let's make them organic, and let's hit the trail. All right, I'm ready to hit the cheese trail. And then the spices too, man. All the spices, they count, the different spices. So just to give you a little idea what I added when I was at 63 to 87, I don't have them all written down here, but two new seafoods. All right, I hadn't had much seafood the first couple weeks of the year, so I got some Pacific wild caught cod. All right, big proponent of the wild caught thing. Pacific wild caught cod and salmon. Navel oranges. I didn't see that on the Dirty Dozen. Navel oranges. Lemons and limes. All right. How about this one? I found a new yogurt. Wild Mountain Bulgarian yogurt, right, from Natural Foods. It comes in like a mayonnaise jar. Stuff is insanely awesome, man. Only like 5 grams of sugar in a serving. You look at your yogurts, you know, some of these things are like, you might as well be eating a Pepsi. There's so much sugar in them. What else? Quinoa, I got that going. Poppy seeds, hemp seeds, all right. And 2 different kinds of sauerkraut, both from the Wild Brine name brand. Arame and ginger, right? And then garlic and dill. So every new kind of sauerkraut that you try, you get credit for. I know it's still pretty much cabbage, right, and whatever, but people do things differently. And you should explore the rainbow of brined things. All right? Hold on a second. Thirsty. All right, so we have a downloadable Google sheet that you can start keeping track yourself with all the different types of foods that you've been experimenting with, and let's all get to 300. That'd be awesome. You'll notice here too that leading the way in my food group is nuts, seeds, mostly because I don't have a lot of grains going on, and legumes. All right, I'm going a little paleo here. It's turning out. All right, so listen, get on the Mangia 300 food challenge, for goodness sakes. Pie charting. That's right. MangiaTV says that your math teacher said you'd need a pie chart. The beautiful thing is that the Google Sheet does it for you. You don't even have to worry about it. All right? And lastly, I wanted to share on the Vamp Wild Caught Foods AE. He's talking wild caught foods, man. Support your local fishermen. Wild Caught Foods. Hey, Frank. I wanted to bring Frank on. Let's see if he'll come on. Frankie boy. Because the last segment here, I wanted to share a little video that I put together. And come on, Frank. Look, he's all shy. You want it? Come on. Come on. All right, here's Frank. Now, we were down by the riverbank the other day, right? And Frank got down to the riverbank, and there were some ducks and some geese in the water, and he took off, right? Now, this was on the side of the river where it was just like back channels and stuff, but it was still like anywhere from 3 inches to a couple feet deep, depending on where. And come on, come all the way up. There you go. And so Frank, he takes off, like right into the water, over a bank, into the next section of water, and he absolutely does a 360 underwater and comes out still tearing ass after these geese, man. And I'm like, what is your major malfunction, dog? You are not a Labrador Retriever. But, you know, Frank, he apparently likes geese and ducks, right? So I put together a little video. I hope you enjoy it.
This is Frank, the common house terrier, known more for his expertise at rodent elimination, but this terrier suffers from a split personality, part rodent terrifier, part Labrador Retriever. You can see this split personality play out on the winter riverbank, first sniffing and digging for the wily muskrat, then he's off trying his hand at the migrating canvasback duck. Notice the alert ears, his body poised for the hunt. Though he doesn't have the physical makeup for frigid river waters, this is pure mind over matter. Of course, Frank could use a little help with his approach tactics.
How about that? How about my boy Frank? There you go, Frank. He's the enforcer, and apparently he is a Labrador Retriever stuck in a rat terrier mutt's body. All right, listen, that's what we got this week. Next week, technology working with me. All right, technology working with me. Next week, we are going to vamp on the must-have or the killer Valentine's Day cooking music soundtrack that you need to have, all right, to cook to. And I'm going to bring on, again, technology working with me. I'm going to bring on my friend Perry Cicchini, who is a music connoisseur. I mean, some people are wine connoisseurs. This guy, he knew more about music when I got to college. And I had 8 older brothers that I thought taught me, and an older sister. I thought I knew enough of it. This guy knows more about music than anybody I know, right? And he's particular adept at, Perry Cicchini. He's Italian. He knows the kind of music you need to back for the backing in the kitchen. You're rubbing elbows, you're bumping into each other. You know what happens when you cook in the kitchen on Valentine's Day? Good things happen. All right, and we're going to bring together some ideas on what that music backing might look like. All right, Frank, you ready? And hopefully I'll have something edited together next week, with Frank, and because he's always doing something. He's always doing something to keep me entertained and engaged. Look at him. You wouldn't think he's tough, but man, he's tough. He could take on the pit bull, no problem. The pit bull wouldn't even put his toe in the water. Frank was doing somersaults after these ducks. I mean, I was so disappointed I didn't get the first shot of him tearing ass into the water. I got no more. All right? I got no more. All right, that's it. You guys have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. And next week we're going to have Ron from Clean Drop Mobile back on. And Frank, I got nothing for you. And you don't get any of my martini neither. Attaboy. Sit down. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about, but we're going to cover something important on food safety. All right? This stuff. So you all take care. See you next week. Do yourself a favor and cook somebody a meal, would you? And how about trying out something new so everybody gets some more foods on their 300 food challenge from MangiaTV. All right? Have a great week.
Come into my kitchen, babe. I'm gonna fix you something to eat. I'm gonna mix it up with passion. Gonna